Now, before the real fun begins, there are probably some things you need to know about me. Like for starters, you're probably wondering, who are these con artists you're after? And what's this possession your dad had, and when did this all started for you? Well, to answer those questions, we'll have to go all the way back to my childhood. It all began when I was just a kid, playing with my dad in the backyard. You see, my dad loved all baseball players from his time as a kid. He collected all sorts of baseball stuff. But his most valuable possession was his greatest ever. A signed baseball, by Babe Ruth. It belonged to his father from my dad's time as a kid. Then he passed it on to him. And he said when I got older, I could have it too. We played with his ball whenever it was nice and sunny outside. And we both had a good time playing with his ball. He'd always admire his ball every day, and every night. While on the night we were done playing with his possession, 5 visitors came unannounced at our door. My dad tried to reason with them, but the people who robbed us overpowered, and ransacked our house, until they found what they were looking for. My dad's Babe Ruth autographed baseball. My dad's greatest possession fell into their filthy hands. They would have actually taken me out too, but instead, they let me go. Then they disappeared, never to be seen by me again. When the police showed up to my house, they didn't know what to do with me. They couldn't leave me in an empty house. Especially not with my dad dead. So, they decided to drop me off at the town orphanage. But things didn't go well for me there. Every kid knew who I was from the news. They didn't want to be around with a kid who got robbed, and for what happened to his father. So, I was all alone. Broke and alone. I had no friends whatsoever. Or, so I thought. It's there that I met these 4 kids. Ben, gifted genius, and a whiz at computers. Katie, actress and costume designer. Heather, professional acrobatic gymnast, and Devin, part-time driver, and muscle. They felt sorry for what happened to my father, and for how everyone has been to me when I came to the orphanage. They turned out to be all the friends I needed. And we had a fun time together at the orphanage. But there was one person we couldn't stand. And it was the owner of the orphanage. She was not a nice person. She was mean to all the kids. She pretends to be a nice loving caregiver at the orphanage for the newscast, but when really, she was a mean person, who thought she could get away with it. But it wasn't long until I decided I've had enough with her. So, I told the kids, what if we could expose her for being a total fraud, so we could have a better life together? At first, they didn't think it was a good idea, because they were too scared for what could happen. But after a while, they agreed. So, we thought up a plan as soon as possible. Once we thought of the plan, we went to put it into action, with every skill we had.